في محكم كتابه الكريم. بسم الله رب العالمين. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد سيد المرسلين وخاتم النبيين وحجة رب العالمين، المنتجب في الميثاق، المصطفى في الضلال، المطهر من كل آفة، البريء من كل عيب، المؤمل للنجاة، المرتجى للشفاعة، المفوض إليه دين الله. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك، عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى أخته العقيلة زينب وأخيه أبا الفضل العباس ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال سيدنا ومولانا زين العابدين وسيد الساجدين علي بن الحسين عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام: رحم الله عمي العباس، فلقد آثر وأبلى وفدى أخاه بنفسه حتى قطعت يداه، فأبدله الله بجناحين يطير بهما مع الملائكة في الجنة، كما جعل لجعفر بن أبي طالب. وإن للعباس عند الله تبارك وتعالى منزلة يغبطه عليها جميع الشهداء يوم القيامة. For the hasten of appearance of Imam صاحب العصر والزمان، أرواحنا وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء له الصلوات. For your well-being and the well-being of your family and the Zawar of Abdullah al-Hussein, another louder salawat. It takes 12 months for the watchmaker to sit down, take every detail to make one watch, and that is Rolex. 12 months, 1 year. The watchmaker sits there, and every detail must be perfect. The watch must be staggering. When you see it, you are captivated. When you see it, you are willing to pay thousands of dollars to invest, thousands of dollars to buy such a watch that the watchmaker took him 1 year to build. This is one watch, $10,000 plus. For one watch. Why? Because of its history, because of the perfect detail, because of its name. There are many that are willing to pay such a price to possess, have one of these watches in their hand, just to admire it, just to look at it. And that is a question that we have to ask ourselves. How much do I invest in my personal life? When a person wants to open a business, he looks at the geography of that area. What does that area need? What kind of a store, shop I have to open? How much money I can save? The better the location, the better the product is, the higher the profit is. After research, he will open a successful business. Now, when we look at our own personal life, one of which is that how much do we spend time, effort, money to find the right spouse, right wife, the right husband. How important is this? When you come to the story of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, Qamar Bani Hashim, Alamdar, you all know him. You all know of his loyalty, of his courage, that he was a warrior. Whenever you hear about Abu Fadl Abbas saga, you understand, you know that this was a knight in his truest form. This was a warrior in his truest form. And there is no one that was more loyal on the plains of Karbala than Abu Fadl Abbas. But how did it start? The soil must be right. The climate must be right. For the farmer to come and plant a seed. After he plants a seed, the farmer, what does he do? Does he just leave the land for it to do its own calculations and its own growing, for the plant to blossom and then it comes to harvest it? No. When he wants a better product, he spends more time, more effort for that to be successful, for that to blossom in its truest, magnificent way. There is a flower. This flower, they sell it once 15 years. Every 15 years they sell this flower. It takes 15 years for this flower to blossom. 15 years. And the last one they sold in United Kingdom, it was with the staggering price of $15 million for one flower. What does it mean now? When it came to the story of Abu al-Fadl Abbas, before that, you see, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib, the commander of the faithful, he comes to his brother Aqil. Aqil was Nasabatul Arab. He knew of the families, which family possesses what quality. So he comes to Nasabatul Arab Aqil and he says to him, قال لأخيه عقيل أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام وكان نسابة عالما بأنساب العرب وأخبارهم. We'll come back to this phrase itself. What did he say to him? He says to him, انظر لي امرأة قد ولدتها الفحولة من العرب لأتزوجها فاقتلد لي غلاما فارسا. Find me a woman that belongs to a tribe, that this tribe is known for its bravery, for its courage, so I can marry this woman. Why? Aqil asks him. To which he says to him, why is it you're looking for a wife? This is after the martyrdom of Fatima al-Zahra, سيدة نساء العالمين عليه أفضل التحية والسلام. Why is it you're looking for this kind of equality? When it comes to the community, for someone that reaches the age of marriage, the qualities that he looks for is beauty, 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 beauty. Then the last one maybe wealth. But the most concerned about quality that a young man looks for is what? Beauty. How beautiful is she? This is what he asked from his parents if they find him a wife. Is she tall? What is the color of her hair? Her eyes? He never asked the question that, is she mu'minah? Does she pray? Does she recite Quran? This question is never raised. The questions that we ask is she beautiful? Well, that is one of the qualities that we look for. But for a person to look for beauty and is only concerned about beauty, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says about that person, من تزوج امرأة لا يتزوجها إلا لجمالها. Because she's beautiful, I want to marry her. Well, that beauty from both sides, male and female, fades away. It doesn't last for eternity. After one pregnancy, that beauty goes away for the ladies. And the men, of course, after marriage, there's no man that stands handsome all that married life. He also, his beauty fades away. So what does Rasulullah say about that person? What does he say? He says, من تزوج امرأة لا يتزوجها إلا لجمالها لم ير فيها ما يحب ومن تزوج لمالها لا يتزوجها إلا وكله الله إليه فعليكم بذات الدين. Now, let's ask one simple question. Who knows our interest better than us? Our best interest. Who knows it better than us? Who? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He knows what's best for me and you, then I know what's best for me. For me, I think about beauty, about wealth. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says no. He says about this, he says, look at the religion of this woman. Look at the religion of this man. Why is it you want a woman, Ya Ali ibn Abi Talib? So this woman can give birth. See the intention here of Amir al-Mu'mineen? This woman can give birth to a son for me, that this son can help my son Hussein in Karbala. So he's thinking about Karbala. This is way before Karbala, decades before Karbala. He's preparing an army for his son Imam al-Hussein. I'm looking for this kind of quality. This is what he says to Aqil, that she comes from a family of courage, warriors. To which Aqil says, Fatima bint Huzam al-Kilabiyya. This lady. Who is this lady? She has a dream. Before they come to propose to her, she has a dream that some magnificent, unique man is about to propose to her. And she has a dream that the moon is in her lap. So the next day, they come and they propose. Who is this for? Ali ibn Abi Talib. She's amazed. Who better than Ali? She accepts. And she marries Amir al-Mu'mineen. She did a couple of things. Listen to this carefully. One, on her wedding night, when she married Ali ibn Abi Talib, alayhi afdal al-tahiyyati was-salam, she entered the house of Ali and she went to Imam al-Hasan al-Mushtaba, to Imam al-Hussein Sayyid al-Shuhada, to Lady Zainab and Lady Kulthum. She sat in front of them and she said to them, I'm not here replacing your mother. I am here as your servant. What? I am here as your servant. Huh? That was one. Two, after days of her marriage, she came to Amir al-Mu'mineen. She said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Sayyidi wa Mawlai, I have one request. What is your request? She's newly married to Amir al-Mu'mineen. What is your request? To which she said to Amir al-Mu'mineen, don't call me Fatima. Don't call me Fatima. Why? Isn't Fatima a beautiful name? Of course, it's a name of Fatima to Zahra salamullah alayha. It's a name of Fatima bint Asad. It's one of the most beautiful names out there. But whenever you call me Fatima, I see the faces of Hassan and Hussein, and they remember their mother, Fatima to Zahra. So don't call me Fatima. I don't want them to be upset. What is the name that you want me to call you? Call me Ummul Baneen, the mother of children. Call me Ummul Baneen. Now, this woman, this is number 2. Number 3, before we go to number 3, let's talk about the birth of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. When Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas was born, as some call him Imam al-Abbas, out of respect. And when Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, Qamar Bani Hashim, was born, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib was in the mosque. Qamar came to him and he said to the Imam, great tidings, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, great tidings, congratulations. Your wife, al-Baneen, just gave birth to a son. So the Imam comes to the house and he holds Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas in his arms. When he takes Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas in his arms and he starts to kiss him, he says his name is Abbas. He calls him Abbas. His title, his kunya is Abu al-Fadl, the father of virtues. And his title is what? Al-Saqi. Al-Saqi. And then it is narrated that he took his hands, the hands of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, and he started kissing the hands of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. Amir al-Mu'mineen started kissing the hands of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, and his eyes started to flow tears. Cried and cried. And he was kissing those hands, those palms of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, alayhi salam. Now, when you have a child, aren't you happy? You are happy. But what is this? What are you doing? You're crying. To which he said, these hands will be cut off on the day of Ashura, defending my son Hussein. To which Zainab came to him, and Lady Zainab, when she came into the room, Lady Zainab, whenever she entered the room, whenever Imam Ali saw her, he didn't cry in front of her. al-Masa'ib, she will see that herself. So when Lady Zainab comes into the room, the Imam stops crying, and she says to him, what did you name him, father? To which he said, I named him Abbas. Abu al-Fadl, Saqi Utasha, Karbala. As soon as she hears the name of Karbala, she started to cry. Because she knows, she heard of this from Salama, that this will happen a day. In a land in Karbala, that her brothers will be massacred right in front of her eyes. So she held Abu al-Fadl Abbas and she took him to her mother. Now let's go to number 3. See? We were speaking about what? Choosing a right spouse. When you choose a spouse, you're choosing a wife, think, is this wife of mine, is she going to be a good mother? Mother. She's going to raise the children. She's going to spend more time with the children than the father. The father is out working, providing for the family. The mother, she spends more time with the children, teaching the children, nurturing the children than the father. So when these children of hers, Abu Fadl Abbas, On, Abdullah, Uthman, they are all grown up, she tells them, sit down, listen to me. They're sitting there, listen to the mother. She says to them, you see those children? Pointing out to Imam al-Hassan, Imam al-Hussein, Lady Zainab, Kulthum. This is the third one. What does she say to them? One, never call them by their first name. Never call them by their first name. Whenever you want to address them, say to them, Sayyidi wa Mawlai. When you call Hassan, Imam al-Hassan al-Mujtaba, whenever you call Imam al-Hussein, call them Sayyidi wa Mawlai. You are servants for Hassan and Hussein and Zainab. You are here born to serve them. You are the sons of Ali. They are the sons of Rasulullah. They are the sons of Fatima al-Zahra. So they grow up and grow up and they grow up providing to this family. And whenever Abu Fadl Abbas used to address his brother, this is his brother, he used to call him Sayyidi wa Mawlai, Sayyidi wa Mawlai. Whenever he used to call for Sayyidah Zainab, he used to call her Sayyidati wa Mawlati. Even though they are brothers and sisters, they are siblings, but the mother, see, this is what is important in a good family to be a successful one. That is, the mother should be raising her children on a right path. And this is what she did. First, don't call me by that name. I see them being upset because they are the grandsons of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't call me by that name. Second, she comes to them, she says to them, I am your servant, and she teaches her children that you are servants to Imam al-Hassan and Imam al-Hussein. It is narrated that one day Imam al-Hussein was sitting in the mosque and Abu Fadl Abbas was sitting beside him. When Imam al-Hussein started saying that I am thirsty, عطشان, أنا عطشان, فهرول العباس. هرول العباس, he went to the house to bring him some water. Bring him some water. Who? For his brother. The qadah, that is the cup or the basin, he placed it on his head. And he was running. When he ran from the house and he came into the mosque, some of that water spilled on Abu Fadl Abbas' shirt. And he was running, happy that I'm bringing some water for Imam al-Hussein. When he entered, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib looked at that, he started to cry. And he looked at this and he said, dude, look, this is why I called him Saqi Utasha Karbala. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Now it's on the eve of Ashura. It is narrated there are two people, they called Abu Fadl Abbas. They called Abu Fadl Abbas saying, Abu Fadl. One of them was Shimr ibn al-Jawshan, alayhi la'ainullah. Called the name of Abu Fadl Abbas, come. I have something I want to tell you. فنادى أبا الفضل Abbas. Abu Fadl ignored him. Imam al-Hussein looked at his brother, he said to him, أجب وإن كان فاسقا. Answer him, even though he's a fasiq. He comes to Shimr and he says to Shimr, what is it that you want? Listen to this. ونادى أين بنو أختنا فلم يجب أحد منهم فقال الحسين عليه السلام أجيبوه ولو كان فاسقا. فقال العباس في جوابه ما تقول؟ What do you want? قال الشمر عليه لعائن الله جئتكم من الأمير بكتاب أمان. What is أمان? Safe passage for you to flee, to run away, to escape. فلا تقتلوا أنفسكم دون الحسين. فلا تقتلوا أنفسكم دون الحسين. فقال العباس بصوت مرتفع, this is the loyalty of a brother. Whenever you want to speak about loyalty, the name of Abbas comes with it. What does he say to this man? لعنك الله ولعن الله أمانك ولعن الله أميرك. للحسين إلي أمان وللحسين بن علي لا أمان. For me, there is safe passage to run away, to escape, and for Hussein there is no safe passage for him to go. لعنك الله ولعن أمانك. Loyalty. It is narrated that he is also called Shahanshah Wafa. This is the Iranians, they call him this. What does it mean? The king of loyalty. We spoke about loyalty, if you remember the previous nights. Shahanshah Wafa. There's no loyalty like the loyalty of Abul Fadl. When he was on the day of Ashura, we are getting closer to the day of Ashura. We're getting closer to that day. When it was the day of Ashura and he saw the companions one by one falling to the ground, to the martyrdom. The family members of Hussein, Ali al-Akbar, Qasim ibn al-Hasan, the children of Muslim ibn Aqil, one by one they went to their martyrdom. Now he comes. It is narrated when he was taking those steps toward Hussein, when Imam al-Hussein looked at him, he did this. This is not it. I don't want you to come to me, because he knows why he's coming to him. He's about to ask permission from him to go to the battlefield. He comes to his brother and he says to his brother, Sayyidi wa Mawlai. He never called him brother. He never said to him Akha. He said to him, Sayyidi wa Mawlai, do you give me permission to go to the battlefield? Imam al-Hussein looked at him and he said, if you go, who was left of my army? There is no one going to be left. You are the alamdar of this army. You are the bearer of the flag, of the banner of this army of mine. Stay with me, brother. To which he said to his brother, Sayyid al-Shuhada, I can't. My heart is broken. And don't you hear the sounds of the children saying al-atash, al-atash? Let me go. Give me permission, oh brother. To which he said to him, I give you permission that you go and you bring water for the children. He came. He got on the horse. This banner of Abul Fadl al-Abbas, it reached Yazid and he saw the banner, and this banner had marks of the arrows and the sword, but there was one place of this banner that it was all intact. There was no mark on this banner, one, and that was where Abul Fadl al-Abbas was holding the banner. He asked Yazid from the soldiers, what is it, this banner? What is the story of this banner? To which they answered, this is the banner that Abul Fadl al-Abbas was holding to his last moment. Even when they cut off his right arm and his left arm, and when he fell to the ground and the arrow in his eye, another arrow, on the water skin here. When he fell to the ground, he had no hand. Whenever you are about to fall, you put your hands in front of your face to protect your face, don't you? When you're about to fall, you protect your face with your hands. But when he fell, he had no hands to protect that face. That was Qamar Bani Hashim, that was shining like the moon. He fell on his face, calling out, and that was the first time and the last time. Ya akha adrikni, oh brother, come to my rescue. That was the only place, the first and the last time. He said, Ya akha adrikni, faja'ahu al-Hussein. Imam al-Hussein came to him like an angry lion, and it is narrated that he ran after the enemy combatants and he started saying to them, إِلَىٰ أَيْنَ تَفِرُّونَ وَقَدْ قَتَلْتُمْ أَخِي. He never said that. Imam al-Hussein never said these words. But when he came to his brother, he said this, إِلَىٰ أَيْنَ تَفِرُّونَ وَقَدْ قَتَلْتُمْ أَخِي. إِلَىٰ أَيْنَ تَفِرُّونَ وَقَدْ قَتَلْتُمْ عَضُدِي. Where are you going? You have killed my brother. وَأَشَارَ الْحُسَيْنِ إِلَىٰ Yad al-Abbas. There was his hand, one part, his right hand, and the other, and another place, his left. He picked them up and he came to Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, but he started to cry. Imam al-Hussein crying, that itself is a tragedy. And he started wiping those tears with his sleeve. And he came to Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, this moment, and I conclude, because of that arrow in the eye of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, and because of that blood that was spilled on the eye of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, his two eyes were shut. So Imam al-Hussein came to him, and he placed the head of his brother in his lap. When he did that, Abu al-Fadl didn't know that was Hussein. So he said to that person, he didn't know it was Hussein, he said to him, to whoever you worship, give me moments. He said, what is it that you want with those moments? He said, let me say my farewell to my brother. To which Hussein placed his forehead on the forehead of his brother and he said, I am your brother. And he said that this is narrated, that he said that Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, when he placed the head of Hussein, Imam al-Hussein placed his head in his lap, he lifted his head and he placed it to the ground. Imam al-Hussein again took his head and he placed it in his lap. Again Abu al-Fadl did the same thing. He lifted his head and he placed it to the ground. Brother, why are you doing this? He said, brother, now you have my head in your lap. In 1 hour, who's going to have your head in his lap? Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم جميعا معا. Raise your hands. We are getting closer to the day of Ashura. When you say the salam, say it with a broken heart. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept your dua and your salam for Imam al-Hussein, Sayyid al-Shuhada, with one loud voice. Assalamu ala al-Hussein wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussein wa ala awlad al-Hussein wa ala ashab al-Hussein wa ala ukhtihi al-Aqila Zainab وأخيه أبا الفضل العباس ورحمة الله وبركاته. الفاتحة قبلها الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.